I'm Christopher Hall with Liberty's Defense, and today we're going to go over the installation of the straightJacket thermal attenuator, our suppressor cover on the Knight's Armament M110SASS rifle. Our straightJacket suppressor covers all have a front and a back. The best way to determine that is by the location of the long bowman patch, which is at the front of the cover, and the long bowman should always be facing downrange towards your target. The first step in getting the new cover on is to make sure it's nice and loose. Putting the back end of the notched area for the gate latch on the M110SASS, slide it down. And fitting that properly around that gate latch. So we'll then take and start at the very top. And once it's broke in and it's more form-fitting, you're not going to have to go through this same step. It'll be a lot easier just to slide on, and you'll only be dealing with the back end of the can and the cover with the cable there. But when it's new, go ahead and start by pinching this together at the top and grabbing a hold of the cable just below it. And you're going to want to tuck this, the side with the long bowman patch, you're going to tuck it in under so that there's an overlap right here with the cover. You're going to feed that through, and you're going to repeat that process all the way down. Simply pulling as tight as you can, feeding it, pull, and work it all the way down just like a pair of bootlaces. Once it's at the bottom, make sure that the cable slides is going to go between the gate latch and the gas block on the M110. The little sleeve that's there can slide in between, and that helps keep from marring or scoring up the metal itself. So once you're at this point, grab a hold of the big loop on the cable, use it as a handhold, and make sure you pull through the sleeve, not outward away, which will end up putting stress on the threads, the stitching, but pull up and through, using it as a conduit to get it as tight as you can. Once it's at this point, it's going to wrap a full rotation around the suppressor, and then the clasp of the snap shackle is going to feed through the small loop of the cable. Once it's at that point, as you close the snap shackle, it continues to tighten the cable itself and push it until it pops in, and that's proper installation. For getting the fitting in, until it's broke in, you'll want to kind of pull the fabrics, not too hard, but you can twist and pull to get it to stretch out for any just minor fitting issues. All right. The proper tension on the cable and webbing should take just a little bit of pressure to get up to the clasp and to pull in, and you should feel tension as that snap shackle closes. Any tension adjustment on the cable can be achieved by adjustment with the Kevlar webbing and the steel slide. Simply moving it down if it needs to be loose, or up for tightening. Simply make the adjustment and move the snap shackle to the proper position on the webbing. And then when the cable is fastened, a problem that could arise is the big loop could possibly be sticking out and creating a snag. The best way to overcome that is simply twist the cable one full rotation and drop it in, and the centrifugal force on the cable will keep that pushed up against the suppressor. For removal, it is simple as going to the plunger on the snap shackle, pulling it, removing the cable, and then sliding the cable back through at the back end till you have enough clearance, and no need to loosen all the cables through the sleeves all the way up. Just get it loose enough to pull off, and then installation is going to be much faster after that and after it's broken. Simply go back, everything's set to where it needs to be, with just a little bit of tightening required. Make sure you don't use any type of tools, pliers or anything like that. Just use your hands for tensioning the cable itself. Come through. Once you have the suppressor cover on and ensure the proper fit, make sure that the gate latch has not come loose. And at this point, the cover and the weapon system are ready to fire. All right, and that's it. Any questions you might have can be directed to our email at info@libertiesdefense.com. That'll be at the bottom of this video. And thank you for your time.